to my first video. Today, I'm not really sure what this video will be called. It's just me reading something that I wrote. Okay, so it's me reading something that I wrote in my journal, but then when I was writing it in my journal, I was like, maybe I could fix the words up a little, make it a little longer to perform at an open mic night. But then I accidentally made it a little too long. And I think it was about 7, 8 minutes to read if I was rushing. But I was like, no, that's not what I want. So therefore, I'm just gonna read it and post it on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram Reels, who knows? But, okay. Forget social anxiety, but yeah. I'm gonna read it from my computer. Ooh, it's hot. Give me 1 second, you know? Why does it feel so hard to communicate with others? Sometimes it can feel like I'm not meant to talk to you. Like there's something I should be noticing about them first before I allow them into my energy, before I give them my full attention. Sometimes I could feel so comfortable with someone or a situation, but it may start to remind me of someone or something I have outgrown and am already learning to heal from. I'm an empath, and throughout my childhood, I felt unseen and constantly misunderstood. When I was younger, I was messed with a lot by a lot of students from school or some family members. You know how they be picking on people. It was just something I wasn't really messing with, and it was annoying telling people to stop. And I was like, please just listen, understand. But yes, and then I consumed others' ideas of me a ton, and it made me feel so alone, lost, and stuck in my head, constantly overthinking, constantly overthinking. So I learned to stay quiet, not bothering others unless I really needed something. Not a lot of people appreciated my outspokenness and always questioning things of a personality. But that's how I knew how to be. But as I said, it was never appreciated. But that was me being a human being, so young with boundaries. So I learned to push down who I am truly designed to be, my younger self, my full, authentic self. Being very aware, especially in Denver, because being in Colorado, it's super spiritual in Colorado. Everyone's spiritual in Colorado. I don't know what it is with Denver, but it's something wrong with Denver. But being aware, especially in Denver, not many people have your best interest at heart. That's why I learned that if you're not staying true to yourself, people will try to walk all over you. Why is it that people need to always feel in control? Why is it that people feel the need to place me in a box that I will never fit into? Is there something wrong with wanting more for yourself and being bigger than the program that was never designed for you? Why is it that you feel so stable yet so lost and stuck in a life that was never meant for you? Why are we acting like people pleasers and caring about the approval of others? Deep down, are you willing to accept that about yourself? How can you better work with your ego to put your pride to the side? It can feel so hard sometimes when all you know how to do is be yourself and not pretend. It can feel hard to learn what it means to be authentic for you, while people can assume something else of you. But it's also harder to pretend and allow your environment and others to drain your energy. And that's why I get so nervous, shy, and or awkward. I mean, I I want to work on my nerves and my shyness, but I'm just an awkward gal. I have an awkward personality, and it's whatever. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, like I was saying, that's why I can get so nervous, shy, and or awkward or meeting people. But as soon as you talk to me, I can be an open book. I'm learning everything doesn't have to be deep and introspective. I'm learning to be okay with small talk. But it can be hard if that's not who I am or the person I want to be for you in that moment. People love to push you down and they love to call it a joke when we call it out, but also expect you to always give your best and to care and put their needs first. But maybe that's all they know how to do. And also, it's not my problem. But why should I feel sorry for others if they don't feel the same for me? How am I supposed to learn how to care for you when I didn't receive that care? How am I supposed to do that for you if I don't even know how to do that for myself? You know? It can be hard to talk to others because I'm used to being the observer, and that's what I felt comfort in doing. It's not something I love, but it what I felt comfort in doing. But comfort can feel safe, but it is not always what is best for you. I was taught to notice details, small and big ones. I was taught to read others and their true intentions. I was taught to care so much about others that I became a seer, learning to fit in whenever and wherever I needed. Back with my old, okay, so back with an old friend group in my university, I felt like I was considered the person who was never talking, always in her head, and a people pleaser. But, well, that's how I saw myself. And I knew this, me being quiet and feeling so sunken, that's not who I am. That's not my personality. And being there is just wasn't making anything better. So, yes, I saw that for myself. Honestly, they were good people, but I also feel like, I also feel like they just were not a healthy influence on me, I guess. And I feel like they were one of the causes, that allowed me, they were one of the causes that allowed me to block myself from myself, not allowing me to see my true self. You get it? But once I was able to step out of that, I was willing to be patient, learn myself, and discover the people I was truly meant to surround myself with. I no longer want to be stuck in situations I was never meant to be in. The more you heal and continue to grow spiritually and mentally, the harder it can feel to find those people unless you're constantly speaking your truth and sitting in your truth. I'm always willing to grow and improve my communication. But with that, I always sense true intentions. I always can sense someone's true intentions, and it's weird, but I'm learning to accept it because people really be weird sometimes. But anyways, I'm thankful that I was given the ability to heal and understand so much. But sometimes, but sometimes I'm stuck in situations and I'm so ready to let go of it. But there's something I'm not seeing yet. I'm going to say this again. But sometimes I'm stuck in situations I am so ready to let go of, but there's something I'm not seeing yet. The truth that has yet come to light. My higher self is waiting for me to see it from a perspective I have not noticed yet about myself and or others. So during this, I'm put in a position where I remain stuck and consumed by thoughts that were never. Okay, let me repeat that because I kind of messed up the word. So during this, I'm put in a position where I remain stuck, consumed by thoughts that were never mine to begin with, or I can grow, become more patient, remain one with myself, allow the universe to show me the truth, and get what I need and let it all go. Okay? So, all I really, really want, all I want is to feel seen, understood, and respected. I feel like anyone really wants that, but you have to see your true self. You have to see yourself. You have to understand yourself, and you have to respect yourself. If you don't have all that, ain't no one gonna do the same to you. But anyways, all I want is true, authentic connections. But sometimes I'm viewed and perceived in a way I'll never be for some people. So I'll stay quiet and patient. But I'm learning to be more outspoken and expressive. And sometimes when doing so, the energy can feel so very unwelcoming. I'm working on my shyness because it's something I want to heal. But if people can't accept my awkwardness, then I will accept that and simply move on. It's not my problem. That's why it's best to stay true to yourself and leave when it's time to leave. Trusting your gut is a beautiful thing that provides so much relief. I will continue to work on my communication and my connections, but all I'm looking for is open-mindedness, consideration, open communication, and reciprocity. I know it's a lot, but if I can find it in myself, so can you, okay? And that's something I'm willing to be patient for. If it's okay not to rush into the unknown, and it's also okay to put your pride to the side to learn about yourself and others. I will say that one more time for the people in the back who didn't hear. And it's also okay to put your pride to the side to learn about yourself and others, okay? It's not that hard. But yes, that was what I wrote in my journal and fixed up a little and stuff and wrote it on my computer. Maybe I can present it again in person. Who knows? But if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening all the way through. Stay tuned for any upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. I am Bria Renee. Bye.